What's up, everybody? I'm so glad to see you tuning in with us. Welcome to the Chit Chat Lounge. Ladies, where you at?
Hello. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're so excited today to talk about the big, beautiful bill.
Yes.
The July bill that Donald Trump, the president of the United States of America, passed. What do you guys have to say about this bill?
That bill
It's not
is
big and
outrageous.
beautiful.
It is not big and beautiful.
It's
Where
giving
did they get that,
Exactly.
that slogan from?
Yes.
Because it is not big and beautiful. It may be big,
It might be big.
but I don't know about the
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know where they got the beautiful part from, but in his announcement, Trump did say it became the big beautiful bill because he came together with a whole bunch of senators and was like, it would be epic if we came up with a bill that included absolutely everything. So
Wow.
yeah,
He talked about permanent tax cut for lower class. What is he saying? I mean, they say that every year when
Right.
we elect them, they make all these promises.
Yes.
And then when time comes, it always seems the poor gets poorer and the rich get richer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's like that saying, I think she said on straw. It's expensive to be poor.
Yes, it is.
yeah.
Because
yes,
it's
it is.
constantly
yeah,
just bringing us down, bringing everyone down. Like it's making the rich richer because you're really not benefiting everyone.
Exactly.
When you create a bill, it should be able to
Inclusive
benefit
as well.
as everyone.
Yes.
Not just for a certain class.
Right.
But for everyone. You know, with the Medicaid, the elderly, these people has worked their life.
Yes.
They're at retirement, and why would you want to do cuts like that? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you never know when it comes to terminal illness.
Yes.
that's right.
and
Yeah,
certain
the
things.
medications can be a
The
lot.
medications can cost a
Exactly.
lot.
Right.
Especially, I can talk about my mom. She right now she takes medication. She has dementia and she takes a kidney medication. Do you know that medication is $600
That is ridiculous.
for 3 months?
That's
Like
diabolical.
we have to pay $200 a month for 30 days supply of medication.
And your mother is
She's not working or anything.
She's 81 years old.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what further can they do
Yeah.
when it comes to
Exactly.
helping the elderly, those that cannot help themselves? You know, society's supposed to be the one that's supposed to help them.
Yes.
I mean,
They've done their part. They've done their due diligence with working, so they should be able to reap the reward as well.
Exactly.
I think the problem is they're going based off data and numbers that are old. Like
Yes.
let's be honest about it. Some of the things that they brought up is not beneficial. They're looking at the current day people who are abusing the system, right? And then it causes the elderly to actually suffer in the end. I mean, you're gonna have elderly who can't afford their medication. They're gonna have
Right.
higher co-pays. I mean, I'm young and I got a high copay, so I can only imagine what their
On a
medication.
fixed income.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you have a plenty that are on fixed income.
Yes.
So how are you going to be able to afford where you live,
Your groceries.
your medications, your utilities? What do you have left?
Right.
And do you need life insurance?
Yes.
Right.
and they talked about lower tax on Social Security. I mean, they don't even get enough Social Security now.
They don't.
Why are they taxed on
barely
it?
making anything in Social Security. We got inflation's going up. We got
Yes.
groceries going up. We got medication increasing. I mean, what do the world do now?
And who's getting raises nowadays? Or
Yeah.
bonuses?
Yeah.
Most people aren't.
No.
Or if they're getting it, they're not
It's
really
very
reaping
low,
it. Yeah, because it gets
1%,
taxed. It gets taxed as
2%.
well.
Right.
And by the time that gets taxed, you might as well had not even received it in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you get a raise at 3%. And the taxes, first of all, the increase of insurance on your job, your other taxes. So by the time you get that increase, you're not seeing it.
Yeah, you don't feel it
Exactly.
at all. It doesn't make a difference or a dent in the pocket.
So you think that people regret now voting for Trump, or they regret not voting at all? Because we have a lot of people out there, they choose not to vote. right? And a lot of people said they wanted to vote for Trump because he promised all these changes, and all the changes he made was not benefiting anyone but for the rich. So do you think society is regretting it now? What do you think?
Some people don't regret it.
Yeah.
There was one woman, she was stating, I'm not sick, so why should I care?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you might become sick. If you become sick, what then?
Right.
So that makes sense that they're really looking at the now instead of what's going to happen down the line.
Exactly.
And I think you're right that a lot of people did not vote because they feel like their vote don't count.
Right.
But it does count.
Right.
You have to get out of that mindset of thinking that, oh no, it's not going to do me any good to vote. Yes, it does.
Especially locally is
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
It's more important than the presidential election.
That's
Yes.
right.
And a lot of people don't realize they don't have. I think we need to get educated more
Yes,
on
definitely.
being able to go out to your local primaries
That's right.
and casting your vote because that's what's going to make the difference in
Yeah.
what city you're living in.
That's
Yeah.
right. The same people that we elect locally are the ones who are going to advocate for us when they do go to Capitol. I think a lot of times as well, we have people who come from generations and families that say, well, we got to go vote for it. We going down there, we spending our gas money, and it ain't going to make a difference at all. When really and truly, you have some people that are on the ground. If you take some time and do some research, Google is free. Do some research and find out like what are the things and ideas that they're backing that helps you and your family and your community. It'd make all a difference for sure.
It does.
Yeah.
So voting matters, and we need to train our children as young children growing up that it's important to vote because that person that stands in that office represent us.
Yes.
Yes.
They're supposed to speak what we speak, the same language. It seems like we're all not speaking the same
No,
language.
we're
right
not.
now.
We're
Yeah.
not.
It seems like, a lot of people saying we cannot wait to get out of 2024. We cannot wait. We got, 3 more years?
Yeah.
They can't really wait because what's happening in society today, it's getting worse before it gets better.
Yes.
And even with the ICE deporting.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the
Yes, that's so
deportations.
sad.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
I think the hardest part that I've seen mostly is for people who are born here on this soil to parents who are not citizens. And we know that, based on the law and the actual constitution of legacy for the U.S., they have birthright citizenship, right? And a lot of those people are now seeing family members or parents being deported, or there's younger people who are being deported, right? And they've never been to the places that they're being deported to. This is facts. These are video footages that you can look up. It's not fake news, you guys. Like
Right.
it's out there. In addition to deportations, we also have ICE detaining people who are actual viable citizens of the United States of America. They've never actually left the U.S. or they may have traveled outside of the U.S. One advice that they've been saying, especially your local representatives, is always carry your license, always carry your IDs, and protect your elders. They have elderly in the state of Georgia that they've detained to try and deport, and some of them suffer with dementia.
That's
like we
horrible.
have to protect our elders, and we also have to carry our IDs. They do not care if you're in the wrong place at the right time. You're going to be detained.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at all.
And I'm trying to figure out what system have they put in place to see who they go after. They're going in McDonald's.
Exactly.
They're going to the construction sites.
Job
They're
sites.
going to job sites.
To the
I'm like,
schools.
to the school. I'm trying to figure out what system is in place to tell them who to go after.
Yeah. I to be honest, I don't really know their structure or their
don't think
system.
they have
And
a
it doesn't
system.
I
seem
don't
like they
think they
have
do
one.
either.
I don't
What-
think they have
What I
one.
think they did previously, and they've actually preached to this, is they're going after people who are criminals, right? And that's good. We have some criminals here who should not be here. Let's be honest. We have a previous presidency that did let, criminals that are
Right.
war criminals in other countries here. And while we need them deported, they also have other people, like family members, or places that they may have frequent, and now they're disturbing people who actually live here. I think that is just so odd. So say we all go to, whether a Mexican restaurant or we all go somewhere to go out to eat, where there's an affluent amount of people who are foreign. Yeah. Now they've done a raid, and God forbid I left my ID and now I'm detained too. And I've been here all my life.
Sidebar on that. That's why, like you stated, it's best to have your identification on you at all times.
I carry mine everywhere.
Because you just don't know.
You never know.
Yeah. I feel sorry for the kids.
Yes.
Like the young children
so
that not understanding, being pulled out of school,
right.
not with no explanation, just being, and then imagine you've been here for 20 years. Like I'm from Jamaica, and I've been here since I was 8 years old.
Right.
So I've been here for 50 years. Imagine now they said, we're going to send you back, which I'm a U.S. citizen anyway, and I've been a U.S. citizen over 30-something years. But what I'm saying, put me back to my island. I wouldn't know what to do.
You don't know anything about it.
Because I've been living here for 50 years. So I can just imagine the people that they're deporting that been here for 20 and 30 years, 18 years. How did they gain a life?
Yes.
Yeah. They're disheveled. They're in distress. They're shaken up.
They're
and now they're put in places where they're in
alone.
and they're encountering trauma. And then this is how we see a lot of mental illnesses. And we keep wondering, why are people going in and they're doing things that are horrid to the mass public, like violence and shooting up places, because they're going through traumas and then it's not also being treated. And some of these traumas are man-inflicted traumas.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Do you guys notice that there's more jobs available now too?
I do notice that.
Yes.
Do you believe it's more jobs because a lot of people's hiding out and they're being deported? What do you think?
Yes.
I think there's more jobs. Everywhere is hiring, but to be honest, nowhere is really hiring. They're doing that so that they can get the federal funding. And a lot of these companies are posting phantom jobs or ghost jobs. Yeah. And while we're on the topic of jobs, let's talk about the people that are going missing.
Yes. That is so crazy.
That is ridiculous.
They're going to the Indeed, applying for positions, showing up, and they're missing. That is so dangerous. We live in a society today that when you're going out for a job, you need to research that company.
Exactly.
See if that company exists. Do your homework first before you go to an interview.
Drive to that. Go, listen, get the address. Drive to that company and make sure that really is what we need. Like, we're just living in times that you have to check everything.
Right.
Yes.
We are living in this strange world that you have to get to the point like, listen, if this job called me, okay, I need your address. Then I'm going online. I'm Google making sure that this is a legitimate company that is real. Let me check and see who the president is of the company. Who's the administrator. I'm going on LinkedIn. I'm going
It's like we're living in a fake world.
We are.
Fake jobs,
many ways.
fake social media ads,
Yes.
fake things. You ever see them ads? Like, I just think we just saw about the flood that took place.
Yes.
And do you see how I just hate when tragedy happens and people make fun of it?
Yes, that is
Like they
very
make it
sad.
out of a character, like, and I just think it's heartbreaking. That's we're living like in a fake world. We don't even know who is real.
We are.
People committing suicide online because fake world.
Yeah, there's a true insensitivity for what's
desensitization.
we're desensitized
as well.
for sure.
Yes.
But there's also a lot of people that don't necessarily care until it happens to them.
Exactly.
That's true. Because like you just mentioned with the flooding, but I think that comes from defunding the weather.
Yes.
You know, you put money into so many different, or things that we need to have to get the knowledge on. Because what happened in 2000, that's 25 years ago. So you have to constantly do your research. And I think that with this weather thing, they done defund and take money away from that. So how are you going to do the research if you don't have the funds to do the research?
Right.
That's why we had the bill. Was that a part of the bill?
The big beautiful
was
bill.
Was that a part of the big beautiful bill?
We gonna fact check that. We're gonna fact check it.
Weather situation, is that a
Right.
part of the bill? I mean, what else you guys know about the bill?
It's reducing everything. Air traffic control. To me, it's taxing those of us who don't make that much. If you make less than 50,000, you're being,
Yeah. You're taxing a new
Yes,
bracket now. Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
What
your
is
tax bracket is
50,000
changing.
nowadays?
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree. So one thing that I didn't like about the tax cuts and the new tax brackets is that, for example, someone who was making $85,000 to $86,000 prior, they could actually see a difference in their life, whereas now they're being taxed on a new level. Or someone who potentially makes over $95,000, they will never really see that. What they're going to see is probably 80. They jump to the 34th percentile versus being in a comfortable area. And let's just be honest, these exemptions and tax cuts, they actually harm single people more than they actually help.
Yes.
So if you married, congrats, because you almost hit the jackpot. Now, if you got kids, you're really winning.
I also heard about in the tax bill unemployment. Are there changes with unemployment now?
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the changes with unemployment?
Oh yeah, so I mean, you have the state of Oregon, you have the state of Alabama. They've changed a lot of the requirements, even down to Georgia, where prior you were able to get unemployment and they weren't doing a re-verification of you being unemployed. The only way they really knew was if you started receiving paychecks, and then it would notify their system. Now they're doing a re-verification after being on unemployment, if I'm not mistaken, for 8 weeks. Wow. And in addition to that, we all work, if I'm not mistaken, everybody work 40 hours a week.
Yes.
Yeah. So we all work 40 hours, and now they're saying you need to have 80 hours per month in the state of Georgia in order to receive unemployment.
Really?
And what you guys don't realize is unemployment is really not that much. They only give you like $350 max per week.
That's
so
in Georgia.
That's in
different
Georgia.
States, different states,
different
different
amount,
amounts.
different
I think New
criteria.
York is like 500, a little bit over 500. So,
But that's because
you're not
of the
surviving
cost
off
of
that.
living.
Yeah.
Right.
And New York is totally different.
But you're
for
still
the
not
cost of
surviving on
living.
that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you're still not surviving
Yeah.
off
No,
of it.
you're
But
not.
Yeah.
I just think that this world is like is putting more fear
Yes.
in individuals where
Yeah.
you don't know where to trust, who to
Yeah.
trust. I mean, you gotta trust God no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's getting to that point.
Yeah. But there was people who were abusing the system, like welfare. There were
Yes.
people who were abusing the system, and they were staying on it for a quite long time, where they get a
Right.
job for a short period of time, working at somewhere like, McDonald's, and then they'd quit it after 2 weeks or a month of being there, just so that they can get back on unemployment. I think that level of abuse is not good. And these changes in terms of unemployment works. Like Alabama increased the minimum amount of employers that you have to contact. Now you have to contact between 3 and 5. Before,
Wow.
I'm like, what were you contacting prior? Just one or two
Yeah.
employers? Like, they were riding the system, literally.
yeah.
This is
Yes.
called the big,
Beautiful bill.
Yeah.
that everybody wanted. They said they wanted change. They
Yes.
wanted Biden out of office. They wanted change. Now change is here. Are you satisfied with change? You voted. You got what you voted for.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we want to say to you,
100%.
thank you for joining us in the Chit Chat Lounge.
Yes.
Ladies,
Yes.
Chit chat, chit
Until
chat.
next time.
peace out.
Peace.